I received this card right before Halloween. It's a handmade card. It's one from a friend of mine. She's a painter, and also she makes these cards. She does like your, I don't want to say your traditional, I know it's like a palette knife type of painting with oil paints. And also she has been doing this like mixed media type of art, and has started creating these birthday cards and greeting cards and holiday themed cards. And I got to thinking, because it's so close to the holidays and I'm gonna have to start purchasing birthday gifts and Christmas gifts, and also I need cards to go along with those gifts. So I don't know, I was just sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, I should make a list. And then my friend Jackie, boom, popped into my head, and she is the one that made this card. So I thought it would be a great opportunity for us to go head on over to Jackie's place and check out what she does. I'll let her explain her processes and let you see firsthand what goes into making something like this, maybe a handmade card or even a painting. She does amazing oil paintings, and so we might be able to catch a glimpse of what goes on behind the scenes. So if you're ready, let's get to it. We're here. Hi, Jackie. How are you? We're here to see your work.
Oh, God, come on in. I'm working on something new.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait to see.
So what I'm doing, Jamie, is I'm putting on retarder so I can start painting over the top of what I've already put on last weekend. This is all dry now.
Okay.
And the thing with acrylics is it dries super fast, almost as quickly as you put it on, which is why I normally go with oils, because you get a lot more working time. It was really challenging for me to do a painting with acrylics because I'm not used to that medium. It's a whole different animal.
Because you normally work in oils.
I normally work in oils, and after this I'll continue, but I have to finish this painting.
So this was more or less an experiment.
It was an experiment, absolutely, and I wanted a painting that would dry very quickly because I was trying to get into the Hyatt Hotel show, and I literally had one day to paint this.
So is the palette knife like your what you do towards the end, or?
Nope. The palette knife is used for mixing. So I'm taking the retardant and I'm putting it into the paint to give myself more working time. With oils, I don't really have to do this step, but this I do. So I get each color individually mixed, and then I'll start blending the colors together to match what I have on here, which is the challenging part. But I'm going to give it a go and hope for the best.
So you don't keep like a diary of formulas or
Nope.
anything like that?
No, it's all intuitive.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
It's just comes in a flow, and sometimes what I think I'm going to do, I don't end up doing at all because I'll accidentally make a super yummy color, and then I go with that.
So if you come out with a really nice color, then you really don't have a way of figuring out how you got it again. You just it's wow.
I know,
But that's okay. I mean, it's kind of just living in the moment at that point.
Absolutely. And I think that's what I like the most about painting, is that I'm right here, right now. Everything else disappears, and life becomes timeless. Art is an expression of yourself. It's like cooking. You make it your own. You do it your own way, whatever works for you.
Right.
And so, whatever way works for you is good. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. And it's always an experiment. I've been painting since I was 20 years old, and every time I do it, I learn something more. That's another thing. I never get bored.
It's always a learning experience.
Yes.
But that's like life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every situation you come across, you learn something new.
Profound.
Even though you think, oh, I've done this before, something else might, trigger something else, and life changes.
It builds.
That experience changes, and then you grow from it. So I guess we can say with every piece of art, you're growing from that as well. It's teaching you something as much as you already know. Coming to the canvas with your own knowledge, there's still that engagement.
I feel like it's an expression of who I am, and the strokes, the colors that I choose, the subject matter, it's an expression of who I am. So I'm playing with the colors to see what I like, what makes me happy, basically. And I'm trying to lighten up that blue. Just a trial and error kind of a thing a lot of the times.
Now, do all painters use this technique, or is this a special technique?
Every painter does something different, and it's unique unto themselves.
So would you say that this is like your signature in a way?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because it's very common. Like, I noticed in a lot of your paintings, you have a lot of texture going on, and I know that some of that can be achieved with a brush, but also I would just assume, looking at a painting, that you're getting that texture from using another tool, and that would be your palette knife?
That's exactly right. The palette knife lends itself to great texture, and it can be your best friend if you know how to work it right. It kind of takes the control away from me, and I think that's why I like it, because it comes in more loose. The brush you have a lot more control over, and it's blendy, where the knife you can lay things in on the top, and you don't know what you get until that knife comes away, and you're like, oh, that kind of works, I think I'll leave it.
So Jackie, do you want to explain a little bit about what you've been doing? You've got the cards that you've been making,
The art cards, right?
and you have your paintings, which we see, and we've gotten a little taste of what goes on behind the scenes. So what else can you tell us about this process? I mean, it's kind of like, it just seems to be evolving.
Oh yeah, well, this painting, well, I don't know where to start. There's so much in my head is just like, and that's kind of the way it is in my life. It's which project do I start next? So I started out as an oil painter, and that's my passion. I have a passion for color, and I just recently got 2 paintings accepted into the Hyatt Hotel.
Awesome.
They got juried in.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited. It's a great venue. It's going to get a lot of exposure, or they will. And I was up against 25 other artists, and we had 3 pieces each. And the general manager picked the ones that he liked the best to grace the walls of the Hyatt Hotel. And I got 2 of my 3 picked, so I'm like over the moon excited.
That's
about
fantastic.
it,
Yeah.
Well,
Congratulations.
We're gonna have to go when I get done redecorating down there. Let's go have happy hour.
Yes.
And find it, okay? Gotta have some champagne.
Yes.
Right?
Well, we have to congratulate her.
And so, anyways, but I paint because I love it, and it makes me feel good, right? It puts me in the zone, so to speak. Once I start, I don't want to stop. If I could paint 24/7, I would, but I can't do that, so I have to stop a lot. Sometimes I only have just a little bit of time, and so I started playing around with pieces of paper and different types of mediums, painting and molding paste and watercolor and acrylics and stamping, and I found out it's another whole art form. And so I ended up having all these little mini paintings strewn all over my studio. And I thought, well, what am I going to do with all of these, And I got the idea of making art cards. And so now they just end up being little miniature paintings that you can give away to somebody special to you. And they're not mass produced. And they're handmade, hand painted, however, they're all hand done. They're never going to be mass produced.
And that's my favorite part, is that these are authentic. I mean, these are all one-of-a-kind pieces of art. They're all handmade, and you know, to receive one like I did, and thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was over the moon about it, and I was like, look at what we got. So it's pretty exciting, and you know, for her to welcome us into her studio space, and you know, she's basically got like a gallery in her home, and we were able to see what goes on behind the scenes. So I love it. Everything that you're doing, it's amazing, and I've known you for so long. It's like the growth that's just been happening over the years. It's just fantastic. I love it. It's just like, it's like your soul just coming out, and you know, it's just shedding that beauty with the world, and we need that.
Well, we do, and I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people, you know, they ask you, why do you paint? What makes you want to do that over everything else? And it is that. It's about beautifying the world and bringing beauty to the world. I see so much beauty in the world, but let's face it, a lot of people, they focus on the ugliness that's out there, and I think that we need a little pushback. Let's bring the beauty. Let's beautify the world, beautify people's homes. And you know, for me personally, there's art all over my house. You've seen it. And it inspires me. It puts me in a good mood when I see those bright colors. It's like, oh, it's a beautiful day. I'll make the best of whatever's going on.
And you're sharing that with the rest of us, and
I want to.
That's amazing. That's where, you know, we don't know what she's going through at the time that she's doing all of this work, but you know, when you see that beautiful piece, and even the texture, I mean, even on the cards, there's texture that you can feel. It's very tactile, and it's just raw, and just, that's beautiful. It's just life. So, and it's
like you can touch the beauty.
It is. It's like, but I also feel like I have a piece of you, you know, and that's to be cherished.
I have a funny story to tell you.
Okay.
So I was thank you, by the way. I was in a community art show, and with several other artists, the Santa Clarita Artists Association, and I typically don't have enough time to paint. I had finished one piece several days before the show. It was still a little wet because it's oils, and it takes a long time to dry. But I thought, I'll be careful with it, you know, I'll take it and hang it, and it'll be fine, right? Going back to what you're saying about my art has a lot of texture and you want to touch it. One of the artists went up to the painting and touched it when I wasn't looking. She didn't know it was wet. There's a big smudge mark right through the painting at the show, and I'm like, what were you thinking? What part about don't touch the art did you know? You should know better. You're an artist. Oh my God, I was so mad. I didn't talk to her for 2 months, but I got over it, you know. And so
wow, but
I had
see, your pieces, they have that effect, because people do. They're gravitating towards it, and they want to touch.
That's right, and the cards are the same way. And I think that's part of what I love about making them, is they are so tactile.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I just changed the title on the painting, and I put "Don't touch the paintings." I had to make it like it was meant to be that way, because otherwise I'd be explaining it all night. But yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna end this now. We're probably gonna do another episode, because Jackie has so much that she can share with us, and I'd like to get some of the action behind the scenes of her card making. It's really amazing. I mean, she's just got so many things that she can work with, lots of tools and colors. And I just call it like the master of color here, because you know, when you see, as you can see here with her painting, she just has color popping out that you want to go and touch. So, anyway,
thanks,
we're going to wrap it up. So thank you for stopping by and watching our little segment here. Give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe. I would love to give you more videos like this. Let me know.
Love it.
Let me know if you'd like to see more, okay? Thank you so much.
Bye.